Hey guys, welcome back to Vince-Vell Custom. So today we're going to do a work in progress video of repairing this Wonder Woman premium format spear. The background to this story is this was a broken Wonder Woman spear that I had where the sash at the top of it broke off. So what I did is I sanded it down and then I wrapped star cloth around it and I sold it on eBay, and the person who purchased it got it in the mail, but it seems that the package was bent and the spear broke. So it turns out that inside here is a tiny wire. I think it's a small wire here that was attached into there, but this is a bigger, thicker metal rod, and it just didn't work out. So what we did is we put the claim in through UPS. They refunded us, so now I'm going to repair it for the client, where we're going to change it up a little bit. What he wants to do is he wants to be able to wrap a flag around the spear, but the problem is with this piece up here, it's kind of hard to put a flag around there and sew it. So if I can actually design it now where the spear tip could go in and out of the top, he could pop out the tip, and then he can have a flag with a little bit of a loop it in here, and then put the spear back in. So I think the best bet, what I've come up with, is I'm going to be able to take this metal brass rod that's hollow, as you can see, and I'm going to attach it to here. I think this is the best bet, because I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sculpt like a little loop around here, and then I'll have to repaint this area. And then what he'll be able to do is, since there's a magnet here, which I'm going to take my A's, and I'm going to wrap A's around here, sand it down, and then attach this here. And then what I'm going to do is be able to, since this is a metal rod and the magnet sticks to this piece, we'll be able to just put that in there like that. So then what he can do is he can put his flag and bring the flag down here. He could put this up, and then he could bring the flag up this area here. So this is the best thing I came up with. So we're going to see how this works out. It should be a fairly fast video, not really a lot of work. It's just a matter of making it detachable, I guess you can say. I was going to add a magnet on this end, but it seems that this magnet piece, I'm not going to use that one because I'm still working on it, but as you can see, that magnet sticks to it. So I think if you know, we line it up correctly and this is secured on there, it'll be able to pop in and out of the spear tip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my magnascope, wrap that around that piece, and then from there we'll make sure it's all seamed up and it looks good and this piece gets on, glue that on, do a little sculpt work around there, then we can paint this brass area up here, and then it'll be detachable, and that's all we're really looking to do for them. So let's get that magnascope on there, and then we'll come back another day and we'll see if everything lines up correctly. Alright guys, it is the next day, and what I did was I sanded this down, so now this magnet is actually be able to touch this metal piece, because I don't really need a magnet in here. So with this piece going here, and then this is going in here, which will be locked in, this spear gets locked in pretty well, as you can see. Kind of need a little bit. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of Dremel little tiny holes if I can through this, and then I'm going to glue this on, and then I'm going to sculpt a little piece around here. So this way this is uniform, and this way you can put the flag here, and then you can push this on, and then you can push the flag over it, and it'll touch this piece here that I'm going to come up with. So the problem is I want to make sure that this is connected pretty well. So I just gotta kind of do some dremeling in here to make sure these two pieces are connected, and then I can paint this gold again, all this. And I think it'll come out pretty good. It's looking pretty straight too. It's not like too bent or anything. It looks like it's coming out pretty good. So we got a nice magnet piece going in and out. So let's get in the garage, I'll do that, we'll come back and we'll sculpt a little notch thing around it. Alright, so I went into the garage. Let's see if this works out pretty good. And I drilled a hole going through the piece, as you can kind of see. If it kind of shows there. And then what I did is that I put it on here. and I just drilled a little bit in there, and I drilled a little bit in there, not a lot. So this way when I push A's into here, it's going to lock this piece together, and I don't have to worry about it kind of pulling apart, because you have the A's around here, and then A's is going through this metal piece, and it kind of locks it. So next step is we'll mix up some A's, and we'll create a little notch thing around here. Alright, so what I did is I put the Aves on and I just kind of kept twisting it, you know, and just using my fingers with the Ave solvent. And it's not even right now, but I'm going to get a better turn and a better sand when sanding it down tomorrow once it's hardened. This just pretty much gives me the base thing, so I can sit there with sandpaper and take it down a little bit more. It won't be as high and it won't be as off as it is now, but it's going to lock in place, and that's pretty much what I want to do. So we'll be back tomorrow once I pretty much sand it down, and then we can pretty much start touching it up. Alright guys, so I went in the garage today and I sanded this down. Now it's not completely flush at the edges, so I'm going to use some of my good old basic putty just to kind of get this part connected. So this way when I fine sand it down, we got a nice flush piece going from metal to Aves. And I'm trying to sand it down as much as I can to really line it up, but it's a little bit difficult because you really, you would want a tool where this is turning, and then you could kind of just hit it with a sandpaper, and while it's turning you're getting a perfect thing. But I'm doing this old-fashioned way by the hand, but it should look pretty decent. I'm thinking the cape is going to probably come up to here anyway, I mean the flag, but we'll see. It's up to the client for his piece where he wants to put it. Alright, so I'll let this sit a little bit, go back in the garage, I'll sand it down, and then we might be ready for paint soon. Okay guys, so pretty much smoothed it all out, I primed it all up, it's ready to go, so now we just paint all this gold and we're pretty much done. So I'm going to salvage this silver up here, so I'm going to use silly putty. I'm going to use old silly putty because I'm going to use some Alclad Chrome Pale Gold for this. I think that'll work out pretty good. And I just got to mask this off, paint this up, and then we're done. Alright, so I got my Alclad Pale Gold, and I also have a specific airbrush that I use for Alclad Gold and any of the clears. It's pretty much the Badger Velocity. I rarely use this airbrush that much at all except for this, so just a matter of spray coating this down and let it dry, and then we're pretty much done. So let's get this done. Alright guys, and we are all done. We now have a spear for Wonder Woman that is actually magnetized, that goes in and out with ease, as you can see. And it also works where you can turn it when it's on her if you want it like at that angle, you want it that angle. And now the client will be able to slip the flag onto here that he wants to do. So, all done. Nice, simple, worked out pretty good. And if Sideshow kind of went ahead this route in the beginning, maybe we wouldn't have had all these damages and problems that I know a lot of these were repaired and replaced and all kinds of stuff. But that's what I came up with, and came out pretty good. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back with more videos.